That was quite inspiring. As a teacher, it might not have been quite easy to get out of comfort zone, compete
Yeah.
with other learners of English, because it took courage, and you did well, right? You did.
Hello, welcome to Tr.Gue's English. Today I invite a new friend.
Hi, my name is Pooh.
I am Gu. So like Pooh and Gu, we are
We are Pugu
no, we are
teachers.
teachers. Today we will be discussing about teachers.
Yes,
So
this is what we'll be talking about today. So I would like to start with this question. As a teacher yourself, which English proficiency level should a teacher have, in your opinion?
in my opinion, as I also had some experience in
Mm-hmm.
teaching young learner students, it was okay if a teacher have at least intermediate level to teach very
Mm-hmm.
very young learner students.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you want to teach like starter mobile flyer and like
Mm-hmm.
KET, I
Mm-hmm.
think B2 upper intermediate level would be appropriate because but for your students, if their level is getting higher, you also
Mm-hmm.
need to get like higher language proficiency. So that's why it
Mm-hmm.
might depend on the student level that you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
teach. What
Mm-hmm.
about you? What do you think?
I think regardless of the student's level, whether they are young learner or adult learners, I think a language teacher, especially if we are teaching English as a second language, I think teachers should have at least uh, B2. But personally, um, having at least C1 level, advanced level of English might benefit more, not only to the student but also to the teachers. Because at C1 level, this language user can, use the language really well. They may still make mistake, but almost flawless. And in order to teach students as well, a teacher shouldn't be making, mistake frequently. They should be expert in all the aspects of the language. Yeah, we may not be native, but at least it should be, at a really really high level.
I totally agree with your point, and that's why I was also trying to
Mm-hmm.
become like advanced level, but I have
Mm-hmm.
taken the IS test, and so
Mm-hmm.
like it's officially C1.
Oh,
So I
congratulations.
must say that I
Yeah.
meet with teacher Phu's criteria.
No. Yes, yes. She
Oh,
definitely meet
just
my
kidding.
standard. No, just kidding, just kidding. I have known her on TikTok. I saw her teaching videos and
And
some
impromptu talk.
impromptu talk. Like
Yes.
she participated in some speaking competitions, and she won some prize as well. That was quite inspiring. As a teacher, it might not have been quite easy to get out of comfort zone, compete
Yeah.
with other learners of English, because it took courage, and you did well, right? You did well. Okay. So back to our discussion. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. My another question is, which one do you think is more important? Teachers' qualifications, experience, or language proficiency?
First option for
Mm.
teacher's qualification,
Mm-hmm.
I've got a diploma in teacher education,
Mm-hmm.
but like as long as time passed, I don't like totally remember what I learned in my
Mm-hmm.
college. So I believe that continuous learning for like teaching qualification would be better instead of like collecting a lot of certificate and diplomas. So I think teacher qualification is not very necessary to have, but
Mm-hmm.
for the second one, which is
Which is teaching experience.
teaching experience, I
Mm.
think it matters because
Mm-hmm.
as long as we meet like new students, we
Mm-hmm.
have been teaching like many students at the
Mm-hmm.
time, we got more exposure with them, we get to know them, how to
Mm-hmm.
handle or how to manage or how to help them. So I kind of believe that teaching experience can really guide a teacher to become more how can I say, like inspiring and proficient,
Skillful.
like
Yeah, skillful.
skillful in their like teaching and learning journey. And
Mm-hmm.
I think they can also fix their errors that they made in the past, which is
Mm-hmm.
I am applying at the moment as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that having more experience
Mm-hmm.
in teaching can be really beneficial for teachers because
Mm-hmm.
if they don't have enough language proficiency, they can still learn about it.
Mm-hmm.
For teaching experience, it takes time. So
Absolutely. Right.
yeah, that's why
All
I
right.
think the
Yeah.
second one would be the most important.
Yeah. What do you think of, people who are teaching as an, easy way to make money even though they might not be really interested in teaching, they might not have knowledge about teaching methodology and stuff. What do you think of these situations?
I think they also have their own audience, right? I
Mhm.
also want learners to learn more about the teacher's profile and background,
Mhm.
and also they should consider
Mhm.
like this teacher, is it qualified enough to teach me, or is he using the correct strategies, or maybe I think it depends on the learner's choice. So that's
Mhm.
why learners also need to know the teacher's profile.
Mhm.
And for my personal opinion, I don't like those kind of like way to use like English and to teach English as like temporary. It might be okay if they learn enough knowledge, and like if they can apply teaching methodologies or correct psychology related to teaching. If not, I think they also need to prepare themselves to like to be qualified, I think, as a teacher.
Now it's time for our final question. Okay, so do you have anything you want to discuss?
mm, like we discussed about language proficiency qualification, so
Mhm.
like what kind of other qualities
Mhm.
apart from the previous topic,
Yeah.
what makes a good teacher?
I think a teacher, not just English teacher, teachers in general, should definitely have respect, not only to themselves but also to the students. Just because we are teachers doesn't mean that we are always right. We should be mindful about that. Okay, we should treat students fairly, equally, without discriminating anyone. So that's where mutual respect comes in. So starting with mutual respect. Another thing is to be ethical with uh, what we do as a teacher. It could be using the curriculum. Sometimes we may be doing that unintentionally. So we need to acknowledge, give proper credits, ask permissions. And one more thing is to also be ethical about students' privacy. These days, I've been seeing a lot of teachers posting students' videos at a young age. They may be doing very funny, adorable things, but um, they might have already gotten permission from the parents. But what about children's point of view? I don't think all the children will be so happy to see themselves exposed online. And we have also seen a lot of example of how children's funny video are used as a meme, and I don't think they will be happy about it when they grow up. Consent is very important. So, or anyone who is related with language learning, teaching, anyone who is making business out of education service should be aware of these moral and ethical guideline. So, like, are we posting these because we care too much about children, or are we posting this because we want to take advantage of these children or students to promote our business? I think these are the ethical questions we have to consider.
It's very thoughtful of you.
Mhm.
I believe that like we missed like to take care of the children's side. Like we always want to like show off their language skill, but maybe they might not agree with that in their mind.
Yeah. We talk about a lot of tea. Just kidding. Actually, I think we both talk about the reality, right? Things that
Yeah,
are happening
that
in the teaching.
all needs to be considered. So
And we may have make mistakes when we express our thoughts and feelings or opinions on this topic. So, but please keep in mind these are our pure thoughts. Okay, and so, yeah.
and if they have some like opinions which is totally different with that, you can also comment down below to discuss.
Feel free to discuss, share your thoughts, and in a constructive way.
Please don't be so cruel.
Please be kind. Okay. All right. So that would be, and we'll see you next time.
Next time.